We've talked on the show a lot lately about how the church, this is our special last week, about how the church has been using tools of the world and of Marxism and the women's and gender studies classroom inside the church and how the problems with that. But it's funny because you also sometimes see the world using the Bible and using the words of Jesus against us, right? And it's like, hold on, wait a second. You're using that wrong. So first of all, why do they do that? Why is that a tactic of theirs?
Well, I think the left in particular knows that if they can grab on to someone as well known and loved as Jesus Christ and claim him as one of theirs, they'll score some points. They'll bring along some people who don't know the New Testament to a considerable degree and may be gullible for that line of reasoning. But there's nothing in what Jesus taught that is sympathetic to the ethics or the principles of socialism.
Give us, I know you go through 3 of the parables here. Give us one of them here that people often use to give credibility to socialism.
Okay, I think the parable of the talents is one of the terrific ones because you can't imagine a socialist ever saying anything like what Jesus has the man who owns an estate in this parable says. But this man is leaving his estate for a time, and he entrusts a portion of it, a different portion, for each of 3 men. And he tells them, when I come back, I'll see what you've done with it. And so later he returns, he calls the 3 men together, and he says to the first person, oh, by the way, I think I labeled this the parable of the talents. I meant the parable of the workers in the vineyard.
Sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Oh, is this
No,
live,
you're on
Mike?
talents. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay,
yeah, no, you're okay. You're doing
Sorry.
good. I know what you're saying. Talents. You're telling the talent story.
Yeah, I've done this so many times. I'm sorry, I got messed up. So he calls the 3 men together, and he says to the first guy, well, what did you do with what I entrusted you with? And the first man says, well, you'll be happy with me. I preserved it. I buried it in the backyard. I have no more than what I had when you left. And Jesus criticizes him. He says, what? Basically, you didn't magnify the wealth in any way. And then the second man, he asks him, what did you do with it? And he said, oh, I doubled or tripled the wealth that you entrusted me with. He's praised. The third guy magnifies it even more. He says, I've got 10 times what you entrusted me with. He's the one that Jesus reserves the greatest praise for. And in fact, he says, I'll take the money from the first guy and give it to the third guy because he knows how to magnify wealth. Well, no socialist would ever say anything like that. That wouldn't be a socialist lesson. That's a lesson in private property and magnification of wealth through the capitalist process.
Wow. That was deep and insightful. I want more of that. Like, subscribe, get more.